Good afternoon. Welcome to Good Friday. We hope you're having a wonderful Good Friday, even though it's not a time of celebration. It's actually a somber time, a time for us to do some deep reflection on truly what Good Friday means. And to turn your attention to that, I would like us to focus on Isaiah chapter 53. In Isaiah 53, we have the prophecy of what Jesus himself, the Savior of the world, was going to go through. And Isaiah told this hundreds of years before Jesus even arrived. So for this Good Friday, in deep reflections, when we know our Savior's body will lie in the tomb, and on the third day, he will come again. He will arise from the dead. I want us to focus on what actually caused this event to have to take place. And Isaiah 53 gives us insight. We're going to be reading from Isaiah chapter 53, verses 3 through 8, and then verses 10 through 12. And then I want you to focus on why Jesus had to go through what he went through and do what he did. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and familiar with suffering. Like one from whom men hide their faces, he was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he took up our infirmities and carried our sorrows. Yet we considered him stricken by God, smitten by him and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions, and he was bruised and crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was upon him, and by his wounds we are healed. We all, like sheep, have gone astray. Each of us has turned to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. The iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and afflicted, yet he did not open his mouth. He was like a lamb to the slaughter, and a sheep for her shearers is silent. So he opened not his mouth. Verse 10, yet it was the Lord's will to crush him and cause him to suffer. As though the Lord makes his life a guilt offering, he will see his offspring and prolong his days, that the will of the Lord will prosper in his hand. After the suffering of his soul, he will see the light of life and be satisfied. By his knowledge, my righteousness servant will justify many, and he will bear their iniquities. Therefore, I will give him a portion among the great, and he will divide the spoils with the strong, because he poured out his own life unto death, and was numbered with the transgressors. For he bore the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. Isaiah points out that this reading should give us hope, in that this Jesus, hundreds of years later, came to this earth. He was crucified between two thieves, lied in a tomb, and on the third day he rose again. May Isaiah 53 be some deep reflections for you today, this Good Friday. May the Lord add a blessing to the readers and hearers and doers of his word. God bless you.